They've kicked their heels out on really trying to save a lot of our heritage, you know. And when the old school went down, a lot of our trophies went down with it. You know, yes. Yeah. We had hundreds and hundreds of trophies, you know.
Surprise.
And no disrespect to anybody that's in here that wasn't in the band, that may have been a teacher or sports or coach or anything like that. But at least in my time frame and my sister's and her friends' time frame, all through the 80s, Portsmouth High School was known because of its band. You know? There was people that came to the football games and they would leave after halftime. You know? The Sports Association, they generated a lot of money, which I'm not knocking the football teams, do not get me wrong at all. But there was a lot of people that come and paid to get into that stadium to watch us, to watch all of us, you know? And it's a real shame that a lot of our history was destroyed with our old school, you know? We have a beautiful new high school, a new sports facility, everything. It's great, you know, because that is progress. And that's just how it goes, you know? But we're going to try to get a lot of our trophies tonight, to line them up here. And when we started doing and talking, they just didn't exist. So, but anyways, Kara Penley with the Alumni Association.
I just have to say one little thing. My daughter and myself laughed because we could have been on a television show, The Hoarders Marching Band Edition. Our music room was full of all of these treasures, and we're just so fortunate to have them, and that's our purpose. But I want to thank you for allowing me to take a few moments of your time to address a more serious matter affecting our students and our school system. In the last few decades, there has been a steady decline in enrollment, support, and pride in our music program. This is due in large part to funding, availability of instruments and equipment, student participation in various other activities, and general thoughts of decreased importance of music education in the lives of our students. Our students and children deserve a quality education with the inclusion of music and art, regardless of the socioeconomic dynamics of our community. We also need to find a way to educate our community and school leaders of the importance of music in our lives. As many of you already know, there have been numerous studies proving the relationship between music and higher levels of brain function and learning. Of course, I'm just preaching to the band. I know it's a bad joke, but I'm a preacher's kid, so it must be genetic. Take a good look sometime at the number of students in our instrumental and vocal music programs who are in the National Honor Society and the 4.5 Scholars Program. Among our distinguished graduates are Paul Byerly, the foremost author and authority of the famous band director John Philip Sousa, Carl Dahler, director of the Vern Reif Center for the Performing Arts, Rick Snyder, musician, producer, and orchestra director, Dr. William Dahler, retired anesthesiologist in our community, and Kathleen Battle of the opera scene. How much talent are we missing by not tapping into the resource of our children? We all have our own personal recollection of our experiences in the band program. They were very good times, remembered fondly. We can thank our directors who made this profound influence on so many of our lives. And to name a few, Henry Schnabel, Dorothy Knost, Bob McCoy, Charlie Bill Green, Ralph Harrison, Billy Watson, and Jeffrey Freitag. Thank you, Mr. Brent, for your continued support for our organization. These distinguished directors taught us the value of hard work, perseverance, leadership, teamwork, respect, and responsibility. These are the qualities we want to instill in the future leaders of our community. Once these tasks were accomplished, the rewards were sweet. Bus trips, trophies, long-lasting friendships, and there was more euphoria and trophies. The mission of the Portsmouth High School Band Alumni Association states it shall be to support and enhance the band program of the Portsmouth City Schools. It shall further be the object and purpose of this association to promote music education and involve the students and community in the efforts of the public school music program. This association shall provide volunteer support for activities, policies, and association membership and band director. Currently in progress are plans to restore a handwritten copy of the alma mater, composed, signed, and dated by Henry Schnabel. This important piece of our school history was found in the trash by our current director, Mr. Brehm, and given to me to be a part of our history collection. It will later hang in the music hallway with the PHS March, a portrait of Henry Schnabel in his band uniform, and a portrait of the 1933 championship band. Other projects in planning stages include an extension of the Schnabel display to include a pictorial history of the band, an instrumental and vocal music hall of fame, the procurement of 2 showcases at the Portsmouth Elementary School, in which a large portion of memorabilia shall be displayed and preserved. And thanks to Judy Smith. She's helped me a lot with this. I appreciate it. Assistance in building a new inventory of instruments for student use, instrument repairs, and mentors to provide private or group lessons for students that cannot otherwise afford them. As you can see, there are many positive things happening within our association, and it's my hope that it will continue to grow in support of our current and future students. Together, we can make great things happen. For more information about the Band Association and projects, please feel free to talk with me this evening or stop by our table for contact information. And more information may be obtained at the Portsmouth High School Band Alumni site on Facebook. And Rich Sadler is also constructing an organizational internet site in order to reach more people and have more formal contact and disbursement of information. So let's keep music alive in Portsmouth City Schools. Thank you. I have in my possession a limited number of McKinley Junior High band patches that were on the old red and blue uniforms. And as a fundraiser, we'll be selling those for $5 a patch. And I also have the old Aztecs patch. So, wow. Can you believe that? Thank you.
Thank you, Claire. She kind of mentioned, you know, the Vestettes. I went to Grant. I was a Grant General. So I'm sorry. It's here full of generals, okay? That's all fine and everything, you know. I respect that. It's great. Until just here in the last few days, I didn't even know that existed, you know, because I was on the south side, okay? Along with a lot of us, you know. But that's here nor there. When Karen said that she had this, I said, well, we need the PHS Jazz Ensemble stands, you know. There again, down the tubes. So, you know, the thing about our history and our, what we did as Portsmouth High School band members, it's all right here and right here. And that's what we got left, you know. And that's a shame, you know, because when I heard that all of our trophies, I mean our grand champion trophies, I'm talking 6, 7 foot tall trophies that took 3 years to win.